The Motel of Whispering Pines podcast, production by Lynn and Dave. Episode 19, The Whispering Pines Motel in the Blood Moon Ravine. Tom and Lucy peered down at the ravine where a crimson river churned below, glowing with an unearthly light under the blood moon's eerie shine. They stood at the edge, staring at the only way across, a rickety, sagging rope bridge that looked like it had barely survived a few centuries. Lucy gulped, clutching her fluffy foxtail like it was her only lifeline. "Oh, great, the Death Bridge of Doom," Tom muttered, adjusting his little raccoon backpack. "Why do we keep finding ourselves in places that actively want us dead?" "Just think of it as extreme couples therapy," Lucy quipped, though her ears were flattened with terror. "Come on, we just have to take it one step at a time." They started across the bridge, which groaned under their weight. The frayed ropes wobbled and the wood creaked with every step as if it were whispering warnings from some bygone era. Tom watched his footing carefully, but the river below with its dark churning waves was impossible to ignore. Lucy was mid-step when something in the river below started to shift. A deep red glow bubbling up through the blood-red waves. She froze, staring down at the horrifying sight. Tom, I think the river's moving." Tom turned to look and saw what she meant. Emerging from the water was a ghostly figure, tall and shrouded in mist. With hollow eyes that glowed like embers, it lifted a bony arm and the crimson river rose, reaching upward in tendrils almost as if it were alive. "Yeah, let's not stop to say hi," Tom said, grabbing Lucy's paw. "Move!" They darted forward, but the river monster below was having none of it. A powerful wind picked up, making the bridge sway like mad. Lucy lost her balance, her fox paws slipping on the wooden planks, and she let out a yelp as she teetered dangerously close to the edge. "Tom," she shouted, her claws scrambling for grip. Tom lunged forward, grabbing her just in time, yanking her back from the edge. "Hold on tight, almost there." But the bridge wasn't in a cooperative mood. With each gust of wind, the ropes started to fray and snap, strand by strand, the fibers peeling away and floating down to the river like eerie confetti. The ghostly figure below watched, its hollow eyes fixed on them as if waiting for them to plummet into its watery grasp. They were only halfway across when a loud twang, the main rope on the left side, snapped. The bridge lurched sideways, swinging madly over the ravine, and they clung to the right rope, hanging on with all their might. "Lucy, this is it. We're going to have to swing and jump," Tom yelled, his voice nearly lost in the roar of the river below. "What, are you crazy?" Lucy shouted back. "I don't have wings, remember?" "Neither do I, but I also don't want to get eaten by whatever that is," Tom shot back, pointing at the ghostly figure, which was now reaching its bony arms higher, almost as if it were trying to climb up to meet them. The final strands holding the bridge snapped with a horrible cracking sound, and suddenly they were swinging free, holding onto the rope for dear life, as it arced across the ravine like some insane pendulum. "Now!" Tom screamed, and they let go, hurling themselves toward the opposite cliffside. Lucy shrieked as she soared through the air, feeling every moment of regret for not investing in parachutes. Miraculously, they slammed into the dirt on the other side, tumbling and rolling until they finally stopped, panting and covered in dirt. They lay there for a moment, too exhausted to move, as the sound of the rope bridge finally snapping and crashing into the river below echoed through the ravine. "Yes, we made it," Lucy gasped, her heart pounding as she glanced back at the ghostly figure, now watching them from the blood-red waves with disappointment in its hollow eyes. "Yeah," Tom panted, lying flat on his back, "but I think I need a vacation from this vacation. Preferably one that involves no ghostly river monsters, haunted mirrors, or talking cats in heat." Just as they caught their breath, a familiar crackling sound filled the air. The old woman's voice floated in, that same gleeful tone tinged with mockery. "Congratulations on surviving the Blood Moon Ravine. You two are proving to be quite resilient, but don't get too comfortable. The final challenge is just around the corner. Good luck, though I doubt luck will help you where you're headed." Lucy groaned, rolling onto her side. "What final challenge? Isn't it enough that we almost died in every possible way already?" Tom helped her to her feet, looking warily down the path ahead. There in the shadows loomed a dark, ominous mansion, surrounded by leafless trees that twisted like skeletal hands. Every window glowed with an eerie greenish light, and an ominous fog curled around its foundation like the grip of something alive. "Guess we don't have a choice," Tom sighed, squaring his shoulders. "Let's go." Lucy gave him a weary smile, her tail still fluffing nervously. "At least if we survive this, we'll have the best Halloween story ever." With a mixture of fear and determination, they started toward the mansion, mostly ready for whatever horrors awaited them in the depths of the Whispering Pine Motel's final, most terrifying test.